Hey guys, Mobile Mike here from the Gadget Gurus podcast. Just finishing up my weeks 2 and 3 review showdown with the HTC Hero and the Pt1 Battle Royale. We're doing a 30-day basically comparison between them. If you haven't checked out week 1, the video is on the site, also on YouTube, and I basically just covered my initial impressions. This video, I'm going to do ease of use of both devices, and I'm going to try my best to show you. I don't have a tripod for my camera, so I'm going to use the eyesight on the Mac here, and hopefully you guys will be able to see it okay. So I apologize for the shoddy camera work. And let's get right into it. So ease of use. First thing off the bat, we've got the keyboard, and as you can see, the Pt1 keyboard is a little bit smaller than your standard smartphone keyboards you'd see typically on the Trios or the Blackberries, or even your horizontal sliders like your Sidekicks or your HTC Touch Pro 2, those sort of things. So I found that after a week or so, really after a few days, I've gotten really used to the keyboard on the Pre, and I type pretty quickly on it. I don't have many mistakes. It's been pretty good for me. No real complaints there. It is a tad bit small, but like I said, I've got pretty big hands. Not a big deal. So it's ease of use on the keyboard. I say give it a day or two. Definitely will get used to it within a week for sure. If you're struggling, it's got a nice rubber coating on here, so it's the tactile feel is really good. One thing that just pisses me off is you cannot double tap the space bar to put a period in. And it seems like that's just the norm with every single device out there. And why they didn't include it, it just drives me insane. So keyboard good, double space. I mean, they have wasted a whole button there. They have one whole button for the period, if you can see that right there. Why not make that button do something else and give me double space bar to insert a period? I don't know. The Hero, on the other hand, uses a virtual keyboard. So now this is not the standard keyboard that would come on an Android device. This is customized by HTC, and it is awesome in terms of virtual keyboards. Some people hate them, some people love them, whatever. If you love them, or if you even remotely like virtual keyboards, this one is great. The keyboard itself is not as wide as the iPhone's keyboard, but it makes up in text prediction and correction. When you're typing a message, let me see if I can get into a message here, but when you're typing in a message, it does such a good job of correcting what you were going to type if you mistype. And also, unlike the iPhone, it gives you suggestions. So it really makes things really nice. So like I just typed the again, sorry for the camera work here. So just type the and see how it gives you the, up top here, it gives you those suggestions, which is really cool. I know the is a simple word, but, there's another example right there. I typed it sugged, and it knew that it didn't know, but it said, hey, Mike, you're an idiot. There's no word sugged, so how about suggested? It just works really well. You can add, slang words to your dictionary if you do type different. So definitely like that. The other nice thing about the Hero keyboard is it's landscape mode, and it's really wide in landscape mode. A lot of people who knock the virtual keyboard, try it in this mode, and you will shut up. This is great. The only problem that I've found is sometimes when I'm typing, going for the space bar. Oh, here you go. This is actually the keyboard. The other one was if you're in a email field. The only problem I have is sometimes when I go to hit the space bar, I'll hit either the period or B, and that's just my laziness, my thumb not moving down all the way. But again, like the Pre, a couple weeks or a couple days into it, week max, you'll be typing perfectly in no time. You have the option to use haptic feedback on here. You also have the option of sound. I turned both off. I don't know if I'm just crazy, but it seems like it responds better to me when I don't have the haptic feedback on. The sound is okay, but it gets kind of annoying, for me at least. So you do have those options there. Overall, I'm going to give the win here to the Hero's keyboard. I really like the virtual keyboard on the Hero. I prefer it to the physical keyboard on the Pre, and I also prefer it to the virtual keyboard on the iPhone. And I've got both. I've got the iPhone, I've got the Hero, and I've got the Pre all hooked up and activated. And day in and day out typing, I think the Hero with its text prediction and correction just works so much better for me. Other thing with ease of use is just general navigation, moving around, the OS. And for this, I'm going to kind of turn the camera down a little bit so you can kind of see a little better of what I'm talking about here. And the Pre, very easy to use. You swipe up, and I'm doing this upside down, so if I screw up, sorry guys. You open stuff up, like let's open mail here. And I'm sure everybody's seen this stuff before, so I'm not going to go into it real in depth, but everything is a swiping motion. There we go. It's very easy to bounce between your what you have open. You just swipe. You can touch the bottom, and there we go. You make them real small, so that's it. I mean, that's the interface. You got the card view. You swipe them to go away. There's no widgets. You've got your one launcher bar here. You swipe side to side to go from menu to menu. So it's very, very easy. You got the button here to open your menu. I'm sorry, to show your card view, so if you have cards open. But other than that, I mean, the Pre interface is really, really easy to navigate. It's very simple. You've got your applications down here you can add. I mean, this phone you can just pick up and use very easily. It's very much like the iPhone like that, where you just Joe Schmo off the street can grab it and be like, okay, as long as you know the swipe gestures, and even if you don't, it becomes apparent very quickly how to do things, and it's very, very easy. The Hero, running Android on the other hand, see if I can get that in here. A little bit different. You've got your widgets set up, and you basically have, with the Hero at least, you have 7 home pages of all this different stuff, and you can fill it with widgets. You can fill it with settings. I've got a bunch of settings on mine. You can fill it with this is kind of like the iPhone, where you've got just your applications, but then you've got a launcher here, and this is where all your applications are going to be, of course. But the thing about the Hero or Android is that there's a lot of different motions to do things. For example, on the home screen here, I can hit the plus symbol. It pulls up the widgets to add. Or I can long press, and it does it. So that can get kind of confusing with some apps, because when you go into certain applications, sometimes you long press, sometimes you don't long press, sometimes it's a tap. So overall navigation, I think is ease of use, navigating the OS. I'm going to give it to the Pre. It's a lot easier to do. You pick it up. It's very apparent what you have to do. I think anybody can pick it up and learn it. With that said, the Hero and Android, you have way more customization. So if customization is your thing, then you're definitely going to be able to do a lot more of that on the Hero than the Pre, as far as theming, icons, that sort of thing. Again, the WebOS has only been out for 5 months now, 6 months now at that. So I'm sure we'll see things further down the road, but I'll get into more of the applications type stuff when I talk about apps in a video. Overall, I'm going to say Hero wins in the typing department, ease of use, but loses in the just OS navigation. The Pre, I think the keyboard, like I said, I like the virtual keyboard on the Hero better, but the Pre, I think, is way easier to navigate as an OS. So that's all I got for you this video.